So we're just at Imaginary Wars again, playing another game of Warhammer, playing 2,500 points. My opponent today contacted me on the forums, and he's just getting back into the hobby. Seems to be quite the theme this month of just people getting back into the hobby. He hasn't played since 5th edition, so this will be quite the steep learning curve. Did you want to go over your army list?
Yeah, sure. This is 3 demigryphs right here. I have vanguarded my pistoliers. He's got a repeater pistol, cannon on the hill. I got Hellblaster, unit of halberdiers. I got 25 the warrior priest. I got 30 spearmen with their 2 detachments of free company and halberdiers again, 10 and 10. I got great swords in the back here with the warrior priest and a captain again. I got 20 swordsmen with level 3 light wizard, and then over here I got my general with warrior priest and a group of knights.
Alright, and on my side I have my scriptors, mortis engine, 33 graveguard with a white king and vampire, 33 skeletons with my general in this corner, who's a level 4 necromancer and a level 1 necromancer, corpse guards, Terrorgeist, and 40 ghouls with a ghast. We rolled off to see on who went first, and I got the first turn. So we just finished Vampire Counts turn 1. My whole army just shambled forward about 4 inches. In the magic phase I got 11 dice to my opponent's 7. And in that turn I raised a new unit of zombies right here, and healed into it twice, bringing it up to 30 zombies. And that's all that essentially happened. He dispelled my 12-inch bubble dance, and it was kind of a good thing too, because I was going to move up and Curse of the Years his army. So we are off to Empire turn 1. So we just finished Empire turn 1. His army just kind of moved up along the lines. I think he's just over like 18 inches from my Cryptors, so it's going to be, I'm probably not going to make that charge. In the magic phase, he got 5 dice to my 3. He did an opt Shem's Burning Gaze on my Mortis engine. I initially thought about scrolling it, but then I was like, no, you know what? He's going to hit me 7 times, 4s to wound me, or 3s to wound me. I should still be fine. And then he rolled a 9, and the whole thing blew up. And since it was only turn 1, none of my other stuff got hurt from it. The cannon and the Hellblaster tried to shoot up my corpse guards, and it just regened everything, and the cannon rolled a 1 to wound. So we are off to Vampire Counts turn 2. So we just finished Vampire Counts turn 2. I just kind of moved my army up another 4 inches, maybe even 3. In the magic phase, it was pretty close dice-wise, and since I don't have the Mortis engine, the only things I got off were this unit of raised zombies to try and redirect some knights into the front of my whole army. And we are off to Empire turn 2. So we just finished Empire turn 2. In his phase, his charges he declared were these spearmen with BSB and these chicken knights into my ghouls, and the knights and the halberd detachment into my zombies. In the magic phase, it was a pretty weak phase. I think it was 6 dice to 5 or 5 dice to 4. Anyway, I dispelled his Burning Gaze, and then he tried to do a 1 dice 5-up ward on his knights, and he failed. And then he tried to banishment my corpse cart. I tried to dispel it. I failed. He got 7 hits on it, and only wounded it twice. No, he wounded it 3 times, and I regened them because it's not flaming, the banishment. And in the shooting phase, his cannon blew up because he forgot to move his engineer over, because when he moved his guys over, his Hellblaster has nothing to really see. And so we went straight into combat. The knights were afraid of me, and the halberdiers were not, and the knights ended up winning. I only had 2 zombies left, so I crumbled, so he couldn't overrun, so he just kind of reformed like this. And in this combat, my ghouls just sucked it up, and his spearmen kind of sucked it up as well, only killing 2 ghouls, and I only killed 4 spearmen in return. So he ended up winning by 1. And we are off to Vampire Counts turn 3. So we just finished Vampire Counts turn 3. My charges were the Cryptors into the Halberdiers and the Graveguard into the Halberdiers. He fled, so I redirected both of my units into those Knights. Cryptors made it, and my Graveguard failed miserably. They needed a 6 and I rolled a 4. So everything else of my movement, just kind of zombies moved forward. Terrorgeist flew over to the side of this forest so he can scream at those Knights. And in the magic phase, I rolled Snake Eyes and I channeled once, so it was my 3 dice to his 1. So I did a 2 dice Van Hels's Dance on this zombie unit. He couldn't dispel it. And then I 1 diced 6-inch Bubble Heal, which gave everything ASF within 6 inches of that as well. And I rolled a 6, so he couldn't dispel it with his 1 dice due to my extra 1 wizard level. In combat, I ended up beating him by 9 in this fight, but he's got the Crown of Command, so he was stubborn still. So and then he rolled Snake Eyes to reform to allow his demigryphs in. In this fight over here, his pony kicked down my last wound on the Cryptor, and the Knights did a couple more wounds to him, so I lost the Cryptor in there. But I got really lucky with some poisons, and he got really unlucky with his 3-up armor saves. And then I ended up winning by 3, and he rolled a 4 to stay there. So we're off to Empire turn 3. Alright, so we just finished Empire turn 3. In his phase, he charged my ghouls with his Knights, and then tried to charge his greatswords into the flank of my Cryptors, and failed. He needed a 6 and rolled a 3. We've had a lot of really close charges fail. No one wants to fight, apparently, on this battlefield. He did a swift reform on his Halberdiers to get out of the way of his Hell Cannon, or Hellblaster, so that he can shoot up my Corpse Guard. And his detachment rallied. In the magic phase, he tried to do 6 dice on killing my Terrorgeist with the Burning Gaze, or yeah, Shem's Gaze, and I Dispel Scrolled it because he didn't total power it. And then the shooting phase, he got 18 shots with his Hellblaster onto my Corpse Cart, and I he got 6 wounds, and I regen 3 of them. So, still kicking. In this fight, I ended up losing by 1. I got a wound off onto the Demigryph and killed 6 of his spearmen. And in this fight, it was kind of a big pillow fight. I ended up losing by 1. It's just stupid armor. I can't get through 1-up armor. And we are off to Vampire Counts turn 4. So we just finished Vampire Counts turn 4. My charges were Corpse Cart into the side of the Men-at-Arms, Graveguard into the Swordmasters, Zombies into the front of the Swordmen, and my Terrorgeist flew up behind his Knights. In the Magic phase, I got my +1 attacks off on everything in here, which I actually forgot to put onto my Corpse Cart. And I ended up losing combat by... Oh no, I won combat by 2 in that fight. And both of his guys just stuck around. In here, I Killing Blowed his Warrior Priest, and I chopped up his Unit Champion with my Vampire. And I ended up winning by 5, but he's stubborn because he's great swords, so he stuck around. He rolled an 8 with his essentially cold-blooded. Terrorgeist screamed at the Knights, doing 6 wounds, doing 5 to the General, and he only got 2 of his ward saves, so he did end up dying. And the zombies couldn't make that charge into the Swordsman, not only because my Graveguard were across facing it, also because they just rolled a 3. And we are off to Empire turn 4. We just finished Empire turn 4. In his turn, he had no charges to declare. That unit reformed to look at my Terrorgeist, and this unit reformed to get a flank charge on me. In the magic phase, he got 6 dice. I had 6 dice. He tried to 6 dice gaze on my Terrorgeist again to try and blow him up. He did not get it off, so I rolled my 6 dice. Well, he casted it, but I rolled my 6 dice and total power dispelled it. So nothing happened in the magic phase. Shooting phase, he had no targets to shoot at, so nothing happened in the shooting phase. And then in combat, he beat me by 2 here. I killed one of the chickens. I beat him by 1 here, just because of the flank. And in here, I ended up beating him by like 5 or 6. But he's stubborn, so he just stuck around. And we are off to Vampire Counts turn 5. So we just finished Vampire Counts turn 5. In this turn, my Cryptors and my zombies charged in onto the Swordsman. And my Necromancer left his unit to march over by the Terrorgeist so that the Terrorgeist could fly over to here at the Hellblaster. In the magic phase, I got to create a new unit of zombies right there. And then I got a bubble heal off here, the 6-inch one. Healed up some ghouls and gave Always Strike First to these units. I don't think we actually did that combat with the...
Oh, we didn't do that one.
Yeah, we didn't do that one. So we'll do that one in just a bit here. I tried to do a 12-inch Van Hels's Dance to move this guy into that bunker and get always reroll a hit on my whole army. Everything got dispelled, and then he used a scroll on my 12-inch heal. So in my shooting, I rolled a 3, so I only did 2 wounds to the Hellblaster, and luckily I panicked it, so it's not shooting next turn. And in combat, I wiped him out to the man here. I don't think you did your attacks back on me, did you? Your 3 guys?
Yeah, we did.
You did?
Yeah, I didn't do anything.
And then in here, he killed 1 zombie. I ended up beating him by 7, so he needed Snake Eyes to run away. He then ran away 3, which since I was in the flank with the zombies, he went that way, so I got to overrun into his halberdiers. And here I ended up losing by 9, and I did a wound to his BSB and a wound to his chicken. And we were off to Empire turn 6. Oh no, sorry, we were off to Empire turn 5. So we've just finished Empire turn 5. In his turn, these halberdiers charged into my Graveguard, and that's about it. In the magic phase, I shut down his warrior priests. In his shooting phase, his hell cannon couldn't shoot because it was panicked. In combat, I ended up winning everywhere. He killed 3 Graveguard, and I killed like 7. No, I killed 11 of his guys, plus I killed his warrior priest. So he broke, and I couldn't chase him down. His halberdiers over there couldn't do a wound to my Cryptors, so I ended up beating him by 7 over there as well. And he only ran 4, and I chased him and ran him down. And here, it's been another draw, because we just can't touch each other in that fight. Oh, in my phase, I lost by 1. So, we just exchanged wounds, so it was actually a draw. And then here, his guys just finished off my my ghouls, and we are off to Vampire Counts turn 6. So we just finished Vampire Counts turn 6. I did some tricky business on my turn. I charged my White King out of this unit at the Hell Cannon, and I charged my Vampire out of the unit at the unit of Swordsmen. Oh no, Halberdiers that were there. He only rolled a 5, so I needed a 12 to catch him, and then with my +6, I got a 13, and ended up chasing him down and slaughtering him. And I made it to the Hellblaster and beat it up. My my Necromancer General was able to march and join that unit, which allowed him to see if the Terrorgeist could march, and he could, so he flew over here to scream at the chickens. I rolled a 3, so I only did 1 wound to those stupid chickens. And in this fight, the corpse guard actually killed some guys. He killed 3 of the dudes, but he got his 4-up rerollable leadership, and he passed it. So we are off to... Oh, in my magic phase, I ended up having 11 dice, and then just ended my magic phase, because it's just not worth it at this point. So we are off to Empire turn 6. So we just had a quick Empire turn 6. His BSB and his demigryphs charged into the flank of my corpse guard, and they just demolished my corpse guard. It had 1 wound left, and the chickens had 3 wounds, and I only got 2 regen saves, so it died. And over here, my dude drank his potion of strength, and then got a killing blow on his engineer. And so it is looking like victory for the vampire counts.